The following is a live broadcast question and answer session given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on April 20th, 2010 in Los Angeles, California.
Namo Vishnu Vadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharne Giri Checha Sunyavani Prasthatidasthana Mukha Karoti Vacharam Hangulangayate Girim Yat Kirtarthavaham Vande Sri Gaudidano, Pavanavano, Sri Chaitanya Swaram, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Bhagavad-Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Dhanasari Gaur Bhaktivedanta, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, of Vrindavan Lila and Radharani, they asked me, especially Vrindavan Lila, she asked me what she could do for me. I was staying here for so many months in LA. Well, we discussed different things, but they were going on Sankirtan. So I said, if you can tell me some Sankirtan Lila, I'll be very happy. So, one Lila per day. I thought, well, she'd come every day and tell me one Lila. But she's busy, she goes out. I've heard recently we went to Palm Springs, which is a couple of hours from here. So they're not always able to come every day. But when they do come, they collected all kinds of Lilas from all over the world. And their own personal. So, there's the saying in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, maybe the second verse, that says, Adya Piha Lila, Hore Gorai, Ono Gono Bhagavan, Degi Vari Bhai, that Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are still going on even after his disappearance. Those who are very, very fortunate, they can see. So I see these pastimes in the Sankirtan Lilas as the people distribute the looks of Srila Prabhupada, the looks that are authorized by Lord Chaitanya. He said, Suna Nityananda, Suna Haridas, Amar Agya, Prati Gauri Variya, Paro Prakash. This order was that Volo Krishna, Raja Krishna, Paro Krishna Shikha. You chant Hare Krishna, you worship Krishna, and you tell people to study the teachings of Lord Krishna. So, this book distribution is a way to distribute the teachings of Lord Krishna. So I just want to, when I saw them here tonight, I thought this is a great chance that you can also hear some of the nectar. So we'll hear one or two more pastimes, and then I'll distribute some cookies. But if you have any question, in this time, you can write your question on this these topics. So, book distribution, Sankirtan. Okay? So,
this one is called Soul Singer by Bhakti Vinod Das. A very touching incident happened in downtown Atlanta. I presented the Bhagavad Gita to a fellow with a guitar, and he liked it very much. Unfortunately, He didn't have any money since he just spent whatever he had for lunch. He was living on the money he would collect by singing. He said, "Give me some time. I will make money and get that book." He picked up his guitar and started singing. After a while, he asked me to sing, and so I sang the Hare Krishna mantra. My singing was horrible compared to his wonderful guitar playing, but he didn't seem to mind. I said, "Why don't you sing about the Bhagavad Gita and what I just explained to you?" He placed a box on the ground for people to drop money into and started singing and playing his guitar. Little by little, he collected more money and eventually gave me a donation for the book. I was moved by his sincerity. I felt ashamed since I am posing as a devotee but have no sincerity. Yet this fellow had sincerely worked hard for 2 hours and made enough money to buy one of Srila Prabhupada's books.
When Angry Cops Call by Murari Gupta Das. After a busy day distributing books at the train station in Borivali, India, we packed all the books from our stall into boxes and made our way back to the temple. Exhausted the next day at breakfast, the phone rang. It was the inspector of police calling for me, and he wasn't happy. "You left a box of Bhagavad Gitas in the train station," he roared. "You fool! Do you know how much panic that can cause in these days of bomb scares? Luckily, the number of your temple was written on the box, so I could call you. You better get over to the police station right now to pick it up." By the time I arrived, the inspector seemed more relaxed. I identified my box and turned to leave. But as I did, an idea struck me. "Sir, would you like to see a Bhagavad Gita?" I asked. He consented, and so I ripped the tape off and handed him one. As I gave an explanation, another policeman arrived and peered into the box. I handed him a Bhagavad Gita, which he purchased before leaving and returning with a group of co-workers. 15 minutes later, I had distributed Bhagavad Gitas to 8 more policemen. I was delighted. At the train station the day before, I had put so much effort into distributing one Bhagavad Gita. But now Krishna had brought these books to the station and simply made me an instrument to deliver them. The inspector's fear of finding a bomb in the box had been well-founded. Srila Prabhupada's books are precision-guided bombs. They focus on a target, deliver themselves to it, and simply explode.
Ecstatic. Shri Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Jai Sri Bhagavan Krishna Shikar ki Jai. Jai Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ratmaranga ki Jai. Haribo. So it's very ecstatic to hear these pastimes. I could go on, but I should not keep up the Sankirtan devotees too late. And tomorrow again I have to go on to my therapy from 8:30 until 3. So I think is there some of this answer questions, and then we'll distribute the prasad. The other question?
I was just wondering if, as a Sankirtan devotee, if the Sankirtan devotees get some kind of karma from the people that we approach. I've heard a long time ago, but I don't know if it's true when we're giving ourselves to the children books and we're giving so much of ourselves. Are we accepting some of the karma from the non-devotees?
So you understood the question? She's asking whether she gets karma from distributing books? This is a very interesting question. Now, selling books is an economic issue that you are getting some money for the book. If you use the money for your own sense gratification, and then selling the books, well, as some kind of reciprocation maybe there. It's if you give out a book freely, then the person takes the book and throws it, you're responsible. If the person bought the book and then he throws it, or whatever he does, that's not your responsibility, that's his. He bought the book. So, at the same time, like devotees, if they're working under some system, like the management tells them, you deposit the money, or you can take so much percent, or if they're working under a system authorized by, say, the temple, and then it's considered that they are working for the Krishna, and then the Krishna takes the responsibility. So, so I assume that the Sankirtan devotees have some agreement with the temple. So as such, they should be responsible. They are considered to worship, to be working directly under Krishna. Of course, if they just write the books and selling, because they're selling the book, it's not so much an issue of karma. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, at the same time, something maybe there, because they're doing it on their own behalf. But if they're doing it on behalf of the temple, and then the temple says, well, either we provide your maintenance, or you can take such percent, then it's considered they're working under Krishna directly. So, if they're working for themselves, they're just buying and selling, then it's an issue that we'd have to look into. Generally, selling things is not bring karma anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem really. If you're working with Krishna, you're doing it as a devotional service, so it's not an issue at all. If you're doing it for your own, just making money, it's also not an issue because selling things doesn't usually attract karma, except the karma, like if they sell meat or sell drugs or so, then obviously there's karma. But selling books, there's no karma. So that's a transcendental books. Rather, they would get a good reaction. So, I don't see it in either case as a problem, except if you give out the books free and you don't know who the people, if they misuse the book, and then you may have to accept some karma. On the other hand, if they, that's a problem of saying that we shouldn't give out Jatamalas free. We should, some ladies or some people in India, they like to give Jathamala. But in doing so, like, as a guru, we give to our disciples. But we're taking their karma anyway. So, if someone gives out Jathamala and then they commit some offense in that mala, then you have to take the karma. So we get some token, little donation, something. They sell for, one sandbar. It doesn't matter, just the fact that we took some rights, and then we are not responsible for the karma. In the same way, the Prophet said, if you get a tulsi seed, there's no karma. They have to plant the seed, and then, but if you give them a plant and they mistreat the plant, then you're responsible. So, I don't know, I didn't particularly ask about books, except if the book is given free. I heard that question. So, I don't think you have to worry about karma. Rather, you're doing it as a service to Krishna. This is Lord Chaitanya's order. So you carry out his order. Why you be responsible for karma? It's Lord Chaitanya's order. So in the same way we chant also. Panchatattva mantra before we chant Hare Krishna. So here we go, working on behalf of Lord Chaitanya. He said that we serve the teachings of Krishna. So let's read it.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,